One of the three that we all know we need to work hard to get, Ferial Masry.
It's hard to say anything. I want to thank all of you. And when Mary and Minerva talk about my persistence and my decision to run, actually you're part of it, because I was fortunate to have the best people in the world, all of you here. Bob Handy, who helped me in the first time and did a lot beyond my dream to help me running and taught me a lot, and he was there anytime I need him. Vitali, who ran my last campaign, and he was persistent. Oh boy, you cannot say no to Vitali. We fight together most of the time. He's stubborn, I'm stubborn, and then we fight, and then we get to agreement. But it was a lot of fun, and he did a great job. It's wonderful. I'm so fortunate to have him in Paris. I also want to thank Renee for being in my second campaign. She was wonderful, and she helped a lot, and unbelievable. She devoted her time and life to my campaign. And I want, of course, Percy. And Percy, I said, if God created an angel in this world, this would be Percy. And Minerva did not believe me. She saw and she said, I want my Percy. I say, no, there is only one for me. And Lynn, wonderful, wonderful human being, which I met her through a letter she left on my door after Obama. When after Obama, she sent me a letter. She left it actually on my door. She said she wanted to work with me and she wanted to help me, and since that, she was great. She was always there, and she always gave me great ideas. And today, as you see this party, I think she worked very, very hard. And a lot of you, Brian, I really want to thank you for your support, and his wife Sandra. I want to Mary, Sharon, and all of you here. They're really great, and Jack and Phyllis, who helped me also in the last campaign, Carol and Jody, she worked in my last campaign also. So all of you are part of making me strong and make me believe in doing what I'm doing, because without you, I can't do it. It's not a one-person job. Maybe I have the courage, maybe I don't give up. But that's not enough without the people who help you and make it possible. So you really make it possible and make it easy for me to go on. And I love the people here. I walked so many doors, and it was wonderful. And actually, beside that, why also I'm running? Because as a person came from a different country and see democracy here, and I'm a teacher teaching about democracy, I saw how fortunate this country and how it's really worth it that we fight for democracy. And we have, I know since Bush the father, the Republican knew how to get us. The Republican decided to make the government a problem, because if the government is a problem, they can rally their troops and they can get what they want. So what you see in Sacramento now, it is a politics of the Republican. Say no, stop the Democrat, because if you look to the filibuster, for example, through the years, from the time the founder of this country until now, you see most of his use, it was in the Bush father time. He used it more than anybody else. And the Republicans since that time, they polarize the country, they make the government useless, and of course the California Republicans are doing the same thing. You look at it, government is not, who's the victim here? It's not the Republican or Democrat. The victim is our system. We have the greatest system in the world. It became a victim of the Republican, and unfortunately the Democrat did not realize that, and they went with, fighting them. But that's the biggest problem we have. So when I ran, I realized that it doesn't matter what I'm going to tell you. If we don't win 3 seats in the Assembly and 2 seats in the Senate, we cannot, we're paralyzed. Even being a majority is a joke. because we as majority who doesn't have any say, because the minority became a tyrant. They say just no, and we have to do for them anything. I don't know if anybody, I was just reading newspaper yesterday, and I found out what the Republicans did in the 1980s and the 90s at the time of Bush. I don't know if anybody knows that we sold one of the richest mine of gold, which was billions of dollars, for $10,000 to a Canadian company, because of what the Republicans forced the Democrats to do. So what we see here is that's what the problem we have. And to do that, we have to really go to red district. And I realize that the solution is red districts. Now, is that going to be easy? No. It's going to be very hard. And unfortunately, our attention span is very short. The voters here, if a person doesn't win, okay, bye. We're looking for somebody else. And nobody wants to stay the course and understand that winning is going to take a lot of work and hard work and a vision. So that I understood that. Maybe because where I came from, time is not the essence. It's what you believe in, and you have to work very hard and to look forward to that. So I understood that, and I understood that it's going to take me once, twice, 3, 4 times to get what I want to get. And also, the whole idea is energize the people. And if I want to say something I believe on it, I have to be the example of that. Or I can't say it. And that's one I know I'm going to sacrifice, and I'm going to be the example to lead this idea of we have to fight and fight for a long time. We cannot just give up, because giving up, we're giving up in the future of California. We give up on everything because of the Republicans. And we cannot give them this opportunity. And we have to show them that we mean. And I tell you, I mean, the Strickland, every time they call me a terrorist, every time, you know, they tried everything against me. But I never give up, because I know that the prize is too big and too valuable to, you know, to listen to something personally. And I didn't care. And I tell you, I sacrifice my money every time I put my own money, because I know it is hard. And, you know, still the Democrats, they're not sure they can win this district. But I think, to me, it's always that winning is the process. If we believe in democracy, we can win. And we can force them. And I tell you, I think we are forcing the Democrat, the Republican change. And when Gorel called me, I knew why he called me. You know, as soon as I went there, as soon as he received me on the door, he told me something which I really treasure. He called me, you're a candidate with a lot of integrity. To me, it means a lot. Okay? And he called me an inspiration, and in the newspaper. So that shows that being, you know, fighting for what we believe in, it's going to pay off. And we're going to change the dynamic and change the respect for us Democrats. And this is what we need. We are not just, nobody cares about us. We use this. And I saw how the Speaker of the House came in the last election. I mean, the Speaker and all the leadership, they came to our party here. They never used to answer my call. When I called them, they never, and Vitaly knows that, how they didn't care about us. And then and I tell you the truth, I was listening to them, they were praising me, and I was saying, wow, you know, is that they talking about me? I've been for 6 years, they never even answer a call, and they treat me like nothing. And here they, you know, they're doing that. And I started realizing how we are winning. We're winning the respect for our district, and we're changing the dynamic of all California, that the Democratic Party have to pay attention to. It is grassroots, and it is district, and it is candidates. And I think that's what I'm very proud of, and I'm proud that all of you support me, and we are doing that. Now, what I want to do